Hi, my name is Steven Seratan, and I want to share something so amazing you probably should sit down if you are not now. See, about 30 years ago, I was haunted by the question, why do some people who are less talented or good-looking get all the guys and girls, money and success, and all the others get little to nothing? I went on a lifelong journey to research the answers to this question, which led me not only to find the answer, but to write a book that has been read in over 60 countries around the world. And I've had thousands of people write me that I opened them up to something that radically changed their lives for the better. I took every class and read every book I could find, from traditional psychology to alternative techniques, Indian gurus, religions, and I almost became a science of mind minister. But something always held me back. I saw hundreds of people having change in their lives with these techniques sometimes. It was too hit or miss. Sometimes it worked, most times it did not. I was hungry for the truth, for something that worked every single time I applied it, like science. Just when I was about to give up on the whole idea, I ran into a physicist named Lester Levenson. Lester had been at a similar point in his life, except he had the added motivation that he was told he was going to die of terminal heart disease. After his third heart attack, the doctors told him to lay low, not even to tie his shoes, because he could die just leaning over. He was a research physicist who had been asked to work on the Manhattan Project to build the atomic bomb. By the way, he declined. So he decided to go into the lab of his own being and see what the problem was. He saw that he had tons of negative feelings, and that despite being told by well-wishers he should let them go, they were still plaguing him. A colleague of Sigmund Freud even told him some people just can't be helped. Analyzing, he saw there are really just four ways of handling the negative energy that is what we call a bad or negative feeling. Number one, expressing it, talking about it, psychotherapy, yelling, hitting things. All these feel good temporarily, but don't really fix the problem. Then there's two, escaping. Drugs, sex, going to movies, vacations, spending money. All these feel great, but you do have to face reality when you come home, right? Three, suppressing. It is swallowing the feeling, literally shoving the energy down. This is what people who get cancer do. Smile and act nicely while they are cooking inside with misery over something in their lives. The famous City of Hope even recognizes this as typical cancer personality. They call it the martyr. Releasing, that's the best way. Simply letting it go. Opening up the constricted flow, like unkicking a water hose. Like dropping a hot potato placed in your hand. If you don't think about it, you say, ow, and drop it on the floor. Lester said in physics, every nucleus is positive, but when too many electrons build up around it, the positive energy cannot flow. If you remove the negatives, the energy flows again. This is true in any entity, companies, relationships, habits, countries, you name it. Remove the negatives and the positive energy flows again. Spiritual people will tell you that God is always there, but we just get in the way with what is called our self-imposed limitations. So the question is, what is the best way to release? Well, there are many ways. Let's go from the slowest and easiest to the fastest and most efficient. I have Barbara on the call with me. Tell us some of those, Barbara. By the way, Barbara is my main associate in KISS Releasing, and she also knew Lester, my guy. Hi, Barbara.
Hi, guys. How are you? I'm so excited to be here today. Okay, so the number one, probably easiest but slowest way of letting go is exercise. Getting out for a walk or working out will often clear your head. You're basically pushing positive energy into the system, which pushes out some of the negatives. But it's not reliable. Sometimes the negative energy of thoughts just stop you from even exercising. Haven't you experienced this? Number two is meditation or prayer. Letting go and letting God. This is a great start. We are relaxing and opening up to a greater good or harmony that can prevail. But once again, we are uncertain. It's hard to guarantee the results. Number three is positive thinking. This is great as long as you are letting go of the negatives. All right? So you thinking positive thinking is a good start. But when do you know you're suppressing them? Positive thinking has many faults, one of which is trying to program people to feel okay when everything is crashing around them, instead of actually letting go of the negatives that are causing it to crash. The secret tells people to put pictures of their goals and think positive thoughts. It does not work for most people. We get many emails from those folks, so I know firsthand. What are you doing with your subconscious negatives? Are you letting go or are you suppressing? Positive thinking is like painting over a house full of termites, or trying to win a marathon pulling a commercial trash dumpster full of garbage behind you. Number 4 is deep tissue therapy. This is good for general release, but will not get to the bottom of your issues. I know it because I used to be a deep tissue therapist. Number 5 would be Lester's original method. That's our method. KISS, keep it simple releasing. This teaches you Lester Levenson's simple way of getting to the bottom of the negativity and really letting it go, allowing the power of the universe, God, whatever you want to name it, to blow away the obstacles. It cuts through like a laser beam to drop the negative energy buildup.
Thanks, Barbara, for that. I can't tell you how shocked I was when I started using this technique, and it worked every single time I really used it. Not like science of mind, not like turning to God and saying help. It was a gift from God, perhaps, but a scientific method to create all that you will or desire, to make you capable of creating your dreams of having and doing in the world. You still have to work at it. We have very stubborn habits of holding on, thinking that holding on to grudges, anger, frustration, all the negatives are going to give us what in actuality, letting go of them will give us. Isn't that funny? The great thing is, once you start having these gains, amazing things start to happen. When you really let go at this deep level, you get excited and empowered to really see how far you can go. How far can you go to prove that you are absolutely in total control of your life, your reality, your health, your money, and your relationships? You really are. I know you don't feel like that many times, but that too is a feeling and can be released. The results of this technique have been scientifically proven by research too, at Harvard University and the Moni Institute of New York. The conclusion of the Harvard study was that the technique, and I quote now, stands out far and beyond the rest for its simplicity, efficiency, absence of questionable concepts, and rapidity of observable results, unquote. I have hundreds of emails from grateful students who tell me this technique was the answer to fervent prayers, to years of searching, and to anguished nights of tears. I am so humbled and grateful to be given this chance to share with you Lester Levenson's amazing secret, how to let go of any negative and be truly free, to be yourself, the person you dreamed you always could be. The winning life is waiting. You know, I was thinking the other day that I don't know how I would have lived without this miraculous technique. It opened ways for me so many times when doors were closed, got me out of jams, gave me opportunities I never would have had, and you will discover the same things I did after using it. I promise. I'd give it a shot. I know you will probably want to give me your email to keep in touch and learn more about this amazing discovery. But before you go, I would like to show you how simple lessons are, to give you just a touch of the feeling of what Lester found. I should also share with you just a couple of amazing emails we get from students all over the world. Why don't you read some of them, Barbara?
Oh, I love sharing gains. This is so amazing. Michael Rife from Australia, who was originally from Israel, he had post-traumatic stress syndrome, wrote, "It has all changed since I started using Eve's KISS Release course. When I released more and more, I finally faced myself and what I really wanted. Of course, I was so afraid because I didn't know how that would be done. But when I attracted this wonderful woman into my life, I felt like something great was going to happen, and my life would change for the better. It did. I have finally released all the pain and trauma from the war, and I feel like a new man. That gave me the courage to start living the life I want. Last but not least, get Steve's Basic KISS Release course now." Thank you for that, Michael. Total confidence there. John Angelacci, a copywriter from Lowell, Indiana, wrote, "Great talking with you today. Your releasing insights were very helpful, Steve. I finally got my goal of $100,000 in income this year." Clark Webster of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada said, "I really enjoy your teaching style. Listening to the recordings has really moved my wife and myself to action. It's also given us confidence in our releasing. Thank you so much. Thank you. Amazing, I made back the first $100 paid for the course by yesterday afternoon, less than 48 hours after I bought the course. The money appeared out of nowhere in a very subtle and strange way." Stephanie Werser of Boise, Idaho wrote, "Before I knew how to release, if one thing went wrong during the day or in the course of my trying to accomplish a goal, I would lose heart and go down. Now I know exactly how to handle it and rebound from every down, stronger and clearer on how to make my way through my days and through my life." The game that makes me almost cry every time I read it was from Cheryl Cosignan in Los Angeles. I knew this girl. And she said, my first gain from releasing was that my migraine headaches of many years went away completely. Then, when our first child was born, with a supposedly incurable birth defect, we released day and night until suddenly a miracle cure was found. Maybe releasing just made us not quit before an answer was found. But to us, it meant everything. The life of my only child. Thanks.
Thanks, Barbara. I wish we could share a few more of these amazing emails, but I know I'm too busy to watch long videos, and you probably are too. So we're going to close now. But before we go, I know we promised to share with you Lester's secret way of getting started and undoing all the stuckness in your life. Normally, the first day of the course, you learn this process, but we are going to share it with you free. All you need to do is give us your best email, and if you wish, send us also an issue or challenge that you'd like help with. If you're like most of our students, you have tried many ways of getting rid of certain obstacles, but nothing seemed to really work consistently.
Okay, guys, enter your email below if you want to share something about what you're working on. We'd love to help you get started today. What's to lose except that big commercial dumpster of old garbage that's been slowing you down?
Thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll be talking to you soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.